Tony D and Little Jones asleep on the couch. This is a screenwriter's rant on Reno 9/11. It's a wonderful heist. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's The Pineys, books 1 through 10. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. I don't think this is a movie. I think this is a season, or they shot, I don't know, several episodes again, and it's back on Comedy Central. That looks like Jim Jeffries, but I'm not 100% sure. It looks like him, though, and it looks like, isn't that an Australian flag on his shirt? So maybe that's him. It would make sense. Jeffries did work at Comedy Central. If he was in it, I have a huge problem supporting anything Jeffries is in. But the cast from Reno is really funny. I mean, there's just no denying their comedic goodness. They are political. They got kind of political in one of them. But unlike a lot of comedians, they've sort of they've still make it about the comedy, I think, for the most part. So this one's a Christmas parody. It's part of it's a parody of Scrooge. They all have different lives. If Lieutenant Dangle hadn't been born, which is fine, they always do a parody of Scrooge, but it's a little old. I mean, I like the title. It's a wonderful heist. It's the most wonderful crime of the year. Terry's very funny, but and they've sort of taken this. They've taken the characters about as far as they will go. But this is, unfortunately, all they seem to get to do now. Clemmy's back. I'm surprised Clemmy's back because she was on a hit show. That's cool that she would come back to be in Reno. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty blasphemous. But I will say that from an improv standpoint, these guys are pretty good. This guy here, he's from UCB. He's really good. They're all really good. Niecy Nash. They're all really good. So, I mean, these are the guys from the state. I don't see Junior in the mix, though. Junior's probably directing it. So December 3rd, they're back. Oh, there's Joe. So, yeah, a lot of the state guys are in it. And they all play, like, multiple characters. What's the name? What's her name? Carrie Kennedy, I think, is her name. And she was in the state as well. So you got at least 3 of the state guys coming back. Again, I'm sure Ben Grant's in it somewhere. Again, maybe as the director or producer or both. But it's a fun show. I like it. It's a little rough to do the Christmas stuff. It's a little old. I mean, the Christmas bits are, being a bunch of degenerates during Christmas. Okay, yeah, we get it. It's sort of been done, but yeah, they're putting their twist on it. So I think it's still viable as a comedy show. I think it'll be pretty fun. This kind of show, it's hit or miss, and a lot of the bits. A lot of them are very physical. You don't see a lot of that, and again, a lot of them are improv. So I'm sure there's a lot of bits that never make the show. They probably shoot like 3 times the amount of bits and then cull the best ones, right? And the other thing, too, is, like, I don't even know if Cops is on the air anymore, and this was kind of like a parody of Cops. But I like it. So, is it worth watching? If you got Comedy Central, it's probably one of the best things on Comedy Central at this point. I mean, what else is there? Except reruns of stuff and movies that I don't think a lot of people care about. I guess this is a movie? I'm not sure. You could stream it on Paramount, I guess, too, but it looks like it's going to be on Comedy Central on December 3rd. So maybe it's all one big movie. feels like they shot a few episodes and then just strung them together as a movie. But, you could do a lot worse, I think. And I think it's cool that Clemmy came back because she probably doesn't need this gig, right? I mean, the Goldbergs are pretty successful. It's a pretty big show. She's the main character on it. Thomas Lennon, though, he's really not in enough stuff. Like, I'd kind of want to see him do a big comedy movie. I kind of want to see them all do a comedy movie, but as other characters. I want to see the entire cast back, but as completely different characters. Would be great. Kind of like a Broken Lizard thing. Because I think the Reno stuff is getting a little old. But this is like one of the last things they haven't done. They haven't done a Christmas special, so this could be fun. They make it fun. Yeah. So, okay. Break it down into a 3-act structure. It's not really a 3-act kind of show or movie. It's sort of loosely based on Scrooge, but I think that's just part of it. I think there's going to be a Scrooged section, and even within the show, they're just really little skits. Maybe there'll be an overriding crime, but I can't imagine the Scrooge thing, Christmas Carol thing will take the entire show up. It doesn't appear that way. I think it'll be more of like, it's just going to be Reno, but Christmas theme, and Dangle apparently does a lot, but he always kind of does a lot in the show. He's sort of the main, it's really not a main character in the show, and they shift focus here and there. So I don't think it focuses mostly on Dangle. Maybe it does. I mean, you could use the Christmas Carol to bookend it and then just do the regular bits in an alternate universe. Give you an excuse to bring back characters. They had killed off some of the characters before, but then brought them back, I think. Forget which one they killed off. Was it Junior? I thought it was the other guy who voices Dale Gribble. Where's he? I seen him in it. He's in it. I can't find him. Terry's funny though. He was blowing up for a while. This guy here, he voices Dale Gribble. So, yeah, and then the second act, it'll just be comedy bit after comedy bit after comedy after comedy bit, and then there'll be some big ending they spent a little bit of money on, and and it kind of all goes back to status quo, sort of, kind of, not really. I wonder if they'll ever do a final Reno 9/11. Maybe they will. Maybe that'll be the next one. Probably time for it to end Reno 9/11. Probably they all get killed. I think I think I know what the final bit is. It's they had it like somewhere in the middle here, where they're all dressed as the various biblical characters in the whatchamacallit, the nativity scene, and then they're being held at gunpoint by somebody that they don't show in the commercial. And this one here, they're all being held at gunpoint by someone just off camera who's the actual criminal who's robbing everything, and then they fail to catch him. That's usually the end of Reno. They usually fail to catch him, except for like Reno 911 Miami. That was more like a movie. This feels more like episodes, just sort of squashed together, and they'll screw it all up, and then that's the end. They go back to just being cops and being dopey until we see them in another time. So would I see this? If I still had Comedy Central, I might watch it. If I'm at somebody's house during Christmas and bored and stuck in a room, just kind of hanging out, and I got access to the remote, I might throw it on just to watch some of the bits, kill some time. It's not like I need to see this. I wish they would do more stuff, though. I think they are funny. So, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan asleep on the couch. Catch us on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. We got a Hollywoke hot take you don't want to miss, and a news blast. We'll see you in the next one.